Welcome in, everyone. We're diving deep today into a world built completely by words.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the strange and captivating town, right smack dab in the middle of Haruki Murakami's novel, The City and Its Uncertain Walls.
Hmm.
So we're not going to, just analyze the whole book like we usually do, but instead use it like a blueprint to kind of explore this town.
Right.
Almost like we can step right in.
I like that.
You with me.
Absolutely. This will be fun.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about, all those themes of memory and identity and how stories shape our realities. And this book weaves them together so well.
Right. Murakami just throws you right in. Right from the beginning, there's this super vivid picture. High walls, a single gate, a gatekeeper. There's even a library with a very, very special purpose. Oh, and don't forget the unicorn-like beasts.
Yeah.
It's familiar in a way, but also totally unsettling.
Yeah. And what gets me is how the town is both really detailed,
Yeah.
but also strangely vague at the same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a name, and no one seems to question its size or its shape or even its history. There's no electricity. Everyone uses these canola oil lamps. It's like being out of time.
I was reading this and I felt this weird nostalgia, but for a place I'd never been, it's wild. It's like Murakami tapped into some kind of collective unconscious or something. Oh, and then there's this detail about the workers' district and the officials' district.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes you think there's this hidden, hierarchy or power structure that no one really talks about.
It's almost like it was a deliberate choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
This lack of questioning. Maybe it reflects how the town is all about the present moment. Just accepting things as they are, no digging into the past.
Okay, so let's talk about the library then.
The library.
It's like the heart of the town.
Yes.
And our main guy ends up working there as a dream reader.
Can you imagine?
Oh, what a job.
To read someone else's dreams?
Right. So the library becomes this almost sacred space where the past is literally kept alive through these old dreams.
Yes.
It's so wild. They're like little pieces of the minds of people who have been banished.
Exactly. So not only is the town physically enclosed,
right,
it's also cut off from its own history.
Oh.
It's built on top of a bunch of suppressed memories.
So why, though? What is the town protecting itself from?
That is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could it be that facing the path, actually confronting these old dreams, would somehow, threaten the town's whole existence?
Whoa. Okay, so then who benefits from this suppression?
Right.
It makes you think about that power structure.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got the gatekeeper who controls who comes in and out, but who's really calling the shot? It feels like there's this whole system working behind the scenes.
Totally. Encouraging everyone to forget.
Yeah.
No one questions the rules or the way things are divided up.
Or the fact that there's no history. They just accept it.
It's just the way it is.
Exactly.
And that makes our protagonist, our main character, so interesting.
Yeah.
He's an outsider.
Right.
He hasn't totally fallen for the town's, amnesia.
He remembers.
He's still curious. He still remembers a world beyond the walls.
And that curiosity makes him dangerous,
Yeah.
Remember when he tries to measure the wall and the gatekeeper warns him?
Oh, yeah.
When you have a plate on top of your head, it's best not to look up at the sky.
That's a chilling line.
So chilling. Knowledge is dangerous in this town.
But wait, this is a guy who could just leave, right?
He could.
He has a choice.
Absolutely.
But he stays.
He stays.
He finds comfort in the library. He finds, a purpose in reading these dreams. Do you think it's that need for connection?
Maybe.
Even if it's through these broken memories?
It's hard to say. He's drawn to the girl who works at the library.
Yeah.
But there's a distance,
He can never really connect.
Oh, interesting.
And his talks with the gatekeeper and everyone else feel so superficial.
Right.
It's the town itself makes real connection impossible.
Maybe because true intimacy would mess up their whole carefully made order.
Maybe. And then to make things even more interesting, we have the Yellow Submarine Boy.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get really weird.
Right. He pops up in the protagonist's life outside the town.
Yeah.
But he somehow knows everything about it.
It's like he's a mirror image of the protagonist.
Totally.
Both drawn to the town, to the library.
To the dreams, to reading the dreams.
Exactly. But his connection's deeper. It's almost mystical, you know?
Yeah.
He even says that he and the protagonist used to be one being.
Whoa.
And he wants to merge again.
That merging thing just throws everything we think about reality out the window.
Right.
Is this boy real, or is he just something the protagonist made up?
It's like Murakami is messing with us.
Yeah.
He's making us think about what identity is.
About how powerful our subconscious is.
Whoa.
Is the boy just the protagonist's desires or fears, or something completely different?
That's a good question. I think we need to unpack that more. But for now, we have a decent idea of the town.
Definitely.
The power, the weirdness, and that whole is it real or not question.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. There's so much more to this world.
Welcome back. We're still deep in Murakami's The City and its uncertain walls.
Right back into that weird town.
Yeah, with all its secrets and that feeling like, something's not quite right. Like it's hiding its past on purpose.
Totally. And last time, we were just starting to figure out those old dreams, right? The ones the protagonist reads in the library.
Oh, yeah, those dreams, they're more than just dreams.
Right.
They're like pieces of the minds of everyone who got kicked out of the town.
So wild. It's like the town is built on forgotten memories. Purposely forgotten.
Exactly. Reading the dreams is like the only way to get a glimpse of the town's real history, the history they're trying to bury. Okay, so then who are these people who got banished? What'd they do? Or think? That was so bad they had to be totally erased.
That's what makes you think, right? What does it say about this town that it erases people completely?
It all comes back to power, doesn't it? Who gets to decide what we remember and what we forget? And who benefits from all this forgetting?
It's a good question. We've got the gatekeeper, sure, controlling who goes in and out, but who's really in charge?
Yeah.
Is there someone else pulling the strings, some group, making everyone keep quiet about the past?
Oh, totally. And remember when the protagonist tries to measure the wall?
Oh, yeah.
And the gatekeeper gives him that warning.
Chilling.
Right. When you have a plate on top of your head, it's best not to look up at the sky.
It's like, don't you dare question anything. Don't even try to see what's really going on here.
Exactly. And that ties into that whole isolation thing. He's surrounded by people but can't connect with any of them. Not really.
Yeah, with the girl at the library, the gatekeepers, everyone. It's all surface level, nothing deeper.
Like, the town itself is designed to prevent real intimacy. Like, if anyone gets too close, the whole illusion will shatter.
And then there's that yellow submarine boy. In and out of the town, blurring the lines even more.
He's a walking contradiction, right? Knows the town, but also exists outside of it.
And he wants to merge with the protagonist. Talk about identity crisis. Like, who's who at that point?
The boy's this mix of, like, attraction and danger. He's drawn to the library, the old dreams, but he also warns the protagonist not to get too close.
Like he's saying, don't lose yourself in this dream.
Almost like he represents the part of the protagonist that's fascinated by the town's secrets,
Yeah.
but also terrified of them.
And then, poof, he disappears. What do you make of that?
It's creepy, for sure. Like the town just swallowed him up. It's like, this place has a mind of its own, can pull you in and just as easily make you vanish.
And that's a turning point for the protagonist, don't you think? He can't ignore the boy's warnings anymore. He can't ignore what he knows.
He's in too deep. And now he's got a choice to make. Stay and face the town's mysteries, or try to break free.
That struggle, that choice, is what we'll get into next time.
Back again for the last part of our deep dive into the city and its uncertain walls. We've been unraveling these mysteries, right? The town hiding its past, that yellow submarine boy, so many secrets.
And last time we were talking about how he just vanishes, like poof,
Yeah.
gone. It really shakes up our protagonist.
He can't just pretend nothing happened. He's at a crossroads now.
He has a choice to make, a real choice.
Because remember, he could leave. The yellow submarine boy, he actually offers him a way out.
Yeah.
But it's not so simple, is it?
It's more than just leaving a place. It's like choosing between two completely different realities. And the boy, even though he's gone, he wants to stay in that town. He feels connected to it, especially through reading those old dreams.
He thinks that's his purpose. And remember, he said he merged with the protagonist.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the protagonist is making this huge decision for both of them.
Exactly. He's pulled in two directions. The boy yearning for the town and his own memories of the outside world. He remembers pain, loss, all those complicated human things that the town hides everyone from.
But the town, it's so alluring, so peaceful, purposeful. Reading those old dreams, it's tempting to escape the messiness of life.
Right. Who wouldn't want that kind of peace?
So here we are at the climax. The protagonist makes his choice. He stays, chooses the town, the library, those endless fragments of forgotten lives.
Wow.
On one hand, I get it. He wants refuge from pain, from all the uncertainty out there. But it also feels like he's giving up, like surrendering to the town's power.
That's the thing about Murakami. He leaves you with these questions. What does it mean to choose a reality built on forgotten memories?
Right. Is the protagonist losing himself, giving up his individuality to fit in?
Exactly.
The ending, it's both beautiful and unsettling. We see him working in the library, content, but you can't help but wonder what it cost him.
Makes you think about your own choices.
Yeah.
We all want comfort, certainty. How much we're willing to sacrifice for that, for belonging, for a world that never changes.
And it all comes back to stories, right? If this town is just imagination, shared dreams, and memories, what does it mean to choose to live in that story?
Murakami doesn't give us the answers. He makes us question how we build our own realities, the stories we tell ourselves, the ones we believe.
That's what's so great about this book, the city and its uncertain walls. It sticks with you, makes you want to explore the edges of your own reality.
This deep dive has been amazing. This book is packed with so many questions about who we are, the world around us.
Hey, thanks for joining us on this journey. We hope you'll pick up the book yourself, step into that town, a place where, like Murakami says, tomorrow did not exist.